there friends, it's Lauren with Rustic Honey and welcome if you're new to my channel. Today we are going to be decorating a little bit more around our farmhouse. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. The past couple weeks have been busy here, so I have just been slowly but surely adding all the Christmas touches around our home and just kind of decorating in layers as I go. And that's what today's video is going to be. A little bit of the living room, my daughter's bedroom. I'm going to show you a little bit of our mudroom. It's a little bit of everything. And if you ask my husband, I probably went overboard with all the Christmas decor this year, but I'm just in the spirit, I guess. And it's been really fun to decorate our areas, and I can't wait to show you how they turned out. If you missed last week's video, be sure to go back and watch because I shared all of the decor that we did in the kitchen. So I won't really be sharing that part in today's video, but the kitchen is very much decorated for Christmas. So if you missed that, be sure to hop onto that video next. I did add a few more things in the kitchen, including our trusty Christmas countdown and our Santa cookie plate. As I was starting to unbox things more and more, I found a few more items that needed to go into those homes. But I wanted to update the shelving here in our living room. I hadn't done anything since the spring, so I definitely needed a cozier touch for the holidays. I found this Santa vintage print a couple years ago at a garage sale and just love it for the neutral palette, so I wanted to kind of bring that into the wintry woods theme I have going on here. And as you'll see throughout this video, I do a lot of moving around the items. I often will watch other videos of people decorating and it looks completely like so seamless, and I'm sure it all comes down to the way they edit their videos, but it looks like they just put things on a shelf and it was perfect. You know, the first time they tried, but around here I try multiple different arrangements before I settle on what feels the most balanced. And so I just thought I would share little clips with you to share our real life here too. The girls are busy playing on the floor, making a big old mess this morning, but I thought I would get back to this Christmas tree. The night before, not shown in this video, we had started to put the beads on the tree, and I did this last year. Again, I will link last year's video. I loved it. It was very classy with the overlapping beads, but this year I just felt like I wanted something more simple. I have this new Christmas tree, and before I had a very old Christmas tree, so I think I was just putting, lipstick on the pig. I was trying to put as many things as possible on the tree to make it look good last year, and I did like how it turned out, but this year I thought, let's just let this new tree do the talking. It twinkles at night, and I just want it to be a little bit more simple and maybe a little bit more rustic. So I'm just doing a little bit of the beading on there. I like that vintage touch. And then I put those red beads on for a cranberry look. And you guessed it, I decided to try some bows. I have been so into bows. If you watched last week's video, I added several of those to our kitchen, but I wanted something just really organic and scrappy looking, very handmade. I wanted something that looked very old, maybe almost Depression era looking. I don't know why, I just wanted that look this year, and I found this like sheer chiffon fabric in my sewing room, and so I just started cutting it into strips to make little bows throughout the tree. I wanted to space them out accordingly because I also plan to add a few more bows in another color so that it's not all just this like off-white color. So I cut this down into strips, and as you can see, I was not in the least bit careful about it. I was not very precise. I just, again, wanted that scrappy homemade look, and that is exactly what I got. And some of you may cringe at this tree and think it's horrible, but that's okay. I really do like how it turned out, and it's just so different. I'm in love with the bows right now, and so I'm still on the fence on whether or not I'm going to add one more color to this. But right now I'm really liking this, the cream chiffon, and then adding in the gold touches too. One of my favorite pieces of decor is this old photo of my dad and his siblings holding the letters for Noel. And I pull it out every year. I just keep it framed and I stick it in with all of my decor. And it's just one of my favorite things. It's so funny to me because I can just imagine what my grandma had to do to get them to all just pose and sit still and look at the camera. And now that I have kids of my own, but it's kind of given me the idea that I should be printing some more photos of my kids around the certain holidays and then just keeping them in my decor so that we can break them out every year. Kind of like those photo ornaments. I always like making those too and putting them on our keepsake tree because they're so fun to look back on later on. So if you have some good old photographs or even current ones, that is a great way to add a touch of Christmas that's maybe a little bit less traditional in a sense. Let me know in the comments below if you have a favorite Christmas photo memory. This year we were able to go and meet Santa for the first time for my girls at least. And we had their pictures taken and they were so cute. So I was like, okay, I have to get these printed and we're going to frame these and I might just put them in their room every year. I'm already looking forward to it. To keep with more of my simplistic country tree this year, I am pulling out my trusty red plaid fabric. I like how it kind of pulls out those strands of the wooden beads and kind of ties it all together. Why do I decide to keep all of these old trees? We put up our big one in the basement too that has all of the pieces, but it's a little bit more organized than this little hand-me-down. But, you know, once it's up and decorated, it's full of life. I just need to write down the color numbers this time because it was a little bit of a puzzle to put this one together today. I will forever be over here zip tying the bases of our old trees together and just trying to salvage them for as long as possible. When they shed too much, they will live on my porch and I just may never get rid of our Christmas trees. Let me know in the comments if you too are kind of a Christmas tree collector. I added a few touches here to the girls' shelving and I just love how Christmassy it is. It's really coming together. I helped Reese with the colored lights and I love these warm colored lights. They remind me of my childhood. The ones on our LED Christmas tree are a little bit vibrant for me personally, but I love the warm glow of these and I think that colored lights are always really fun for the kiddos. So I helped her to get out a few of our old ornaments. Not old in a bad way, but old like all of our keepsake ornaments, I guess is how I should put it, that we collect over time, year after year. And it's always fun. The kids love to go back through those. I'm also adding that little felt garland I found at Hobby Lobby last year. I noticed they didn't have any more of it this year, so I don't know if it just didn't sell well or it sold out, but either way, I love the one that I snagged. If you watched last week's video, you may have wondered where all of my plants went when we redecorated the kitchen. They all have gone into our sunny little mudroom, and so it's a bit of a jungle in here, but I kind of like it. I decided to hang that little vintage wooden sign there that says 25. I don't know why, it just makes me think of Christmas, makes me kind of think of an old barn or just that country Christmas vibe. So I went ahead and put all of the plants in here. It'll make for easy watering this winter. And I added just a few little touches of Christmas, like the gingerbread and the little reindeer here. This is a very functional area for our family as we come in and out of our mudroom many times throughout the day. So I put a few things there to hopefully keep us organized. It's usually a disaster in our mudroom, if I'm being honest, but I had to get some footage while it was decent.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and here's a hand of thine. We'll talk a cup of kindness yet